With me, conservative columnist and author of Never Trust a Liberal Over 3, Ann Coulter. All right, Ann, can you believe this stuff?
No, I think it's fantastic. It's my favorite story of the week.
How incompetent is this administration?
They're a little too competent in a lot of things. I wouldn't they were more incompetent, but they got Obamacare through, and that's going to wreck the country. They managed to pull that one off.
And what do you think of what's going on with Obamacare now? You know, we've got the Secretary of Health and Human Services, Kathleen Sebelius, who says, you know what, those insurance companies, they should allow people to get their premiums in on December 31st for coverage on January 1st. Does she really believe that an insurance company is going to listen to her when she can't even get it right?
Well, unfortunately, I mean, they'll probably have to. These insurance companies, I mean, they are beholden to the Obama administration. So even though it's completely outrageous what the administration is asking, and that is people haven't been able to sign up for their plans because of the web page. So the Obama administration is simply ordering insurance companies to extend coverage to people who have not paid yet. It's a taking under the Constitution. It's pretty shocking. But I mean, other than Obama, the most arrogant human being whose salary you pay, American taxpayer, is Kathleen Sebelius. I mean, remember when this whole thing started with the website and Congress called her for oversight hearings, she announced, I don't work for them.
Right, exactly, exactly. And now, of course, she's telling the internet companies or that were supposed to set up the website, you don't have to listen to a Congressional Oversight Committee. You're not going to hand over your records. But having said all that with Sebelius, can you think of a reason why the woman should stay?
Well, no one ever goes in this administration. I mean, Eric Holder handed over hundreds of guns to Mexican drug cartels, all in order to pump up the left's argument that American guns were being used in Mexican crimes. I mean, it really is that Fast and Furious, as the operation was called, it's the most outrageous scandal, other than the actual passage of Obamacare, I would say, in American history. It would be as if a Republican administration started sending, you know, poisonous abortifacients to abortion clinics in order to pump up our argument that abortion is a bad thing. Oh, it's killing the mothers now, too. They were allowing Mexicans and at least one American to die with these illegal guns being put in the hands of criminal gangs. And did Eric Holder, the man who presided over the Department of Justice who did this, did he get fired? Why, no, Jeanine, he did not.
Well,
so no, I don't think.
And the sad part, Ann, is, and we have to recognize this is the 3rd anniversary of the killing of Brian Terry with one of the Fast and Furious weapons. And look, you're a lawyer too. I mean, the whole idea that federal file was sealed, the indictment file, which is a public record, so that people wouldn't get the information they wanted, and the case was quietly resolved. I think it's just typical of how the Obama administration just makes believe things didn't happen when they don't want people talking about it.
No, that's right. And I think it's worth mentioning at this juncture, this is like lesson 1,837, that no matter what your politics are, you should always vote for a Republican, because at least with a Republican administration, there is an adversary media to expose these things. I mean, I know right-wingers are beginning to sound like a broken record, saying, can you imagine if Bush did this?
That's a very interesting point, Ann, that at least you know there's going to be a back and forth. Ann, very quickly, I got 30 seconds. What's next for Obamacare?
Well, we have to repeal it. I mean, it's not going to fall of its own accord. I think that's an important point, because you keep hearing people say, oh, don't get in the way, it's collapsing. It can't collapse on its own. The government has wrecked a lot of things. The government has wrecked public education, and yet we still have it with us. Again, another reason you must vote Republican, because the only way it's going to get repealed is if Republicans take the Senate, and hopefully in 3.5 years also the presidency.
We'll see what happens. Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And up next, the gloves are off. The heated exchange between Texas